Chris Fade is a household name in the UAE, host of the Chris Fade Show on Virgin Radio for the past 10 years, the most popular radio show in the UAE. He is also omnipresent on all the major events in Dubai, from hosting the Papal Visit to being MC for Dubai Fitness Challenge and the Gov Games this year. Last year he launched Fade Fit Kids, health food snacks. He tells us the inspiration behind the idea, what his motivations are, and how he juggles entrepreneurship with a hectic media schedule and family life.
Welcome to Dubai Works, the business podcast about the innovators, the products, the services, and trending topics. Loving Dubai's take on the business stories that matter. My name is Richard Fitzgerald. I'm the founder of Augustus Media, publishers of Lovin Dubai, Lovin Saudi, and Smashy TV. Each week we'll be interviewing the dynamic business leaders of Dubai.
Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. You're on the other side of the mic today. What's it like?
I will slowly take over, don't worry.
I know.
Don't you worry. This is great. Good view, man. Love it.
Yeah, it's a nice setup. I love your studios as well, but this is kind of Mickey Mouse. But at least we'll have you.
Well, I'll tell you, the first studios that we ever broadcast from Virgin Radio 104.4 were a lot worse than this. The first ones that we broadcast 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not about the quality or the studio mics. It's about the presenters and the talent and the content that you put out. So you guys are doing a good job, man.
Amazing. Well, here we want to talk to you today about Fade Fit Kids.
Yep.
Because that's something that you kind of set up that isn't, to do with media and radio and things like that. So in a nutshell, what is Fade Fit Kids?
Well, it's mother baby. I got 3 children. I got Nushi and Kiki, and I got Fade Fit Kids. Fade Fit Kids is it's a brand that I've created in the last sort of 14 months now.
You had to learn this whole different kind of FMCG, a whole different production distribution. How hard has that been?
Man, I'm learning as I go, and I got a pretty busy schedule that I've got already with obviously the radio and everything else that I do. It's fun though. I'm learning a lot. In the last 14 months, they say when you set up a business, you learn as you go, and I'm totally doing that. I've got a good team around me though, which have really helped me accelerate from where we wanted to go. Fade for Kids are basically healthy snacks right now for kids. We've got 3 flavors out. Chocoloco, which is dates and chocolate. It's all natural, all organic, sugar-free, no preservatives, vegan. And then we've released 2 new flavors. One, Berry Blast, which is a berry sort of flavor. The outer coating berry made from beetroot. And then you've got the double Chocoloco, which is a little bit more chocolatey. Again, all sugar-free. It's the healthier alternative, and I'm putting out these snacks in the market. The way that we created was just because my kids, I've got a 7 and a 9-year-old, and when I do the shopping for them, I struggled to find healthy, affordable snacks. And that, and that's the way that you come up with ideas or businesses when you find a problem in the market. I found a problem that I couldn't find a healthy snack which was affordable. Depending on where I was going, I was finding little bars that were just overpriced, and I was buying 5 of them for every day of the week for their school, times 2, that was 10. I was kicking in about 250 dirhams for a little snack that they used to take with them to school. When you're a parent, you have no time, you're on minimal amounts of sleep, you're usually juggling a job and the homework and being a parent and everything else that you got to do. I could have made healthier snacks, but they're not going to sell. So I've had to find that real border where it's tasty, that kids like it. And I would say that 8 out of 10 kids love the snack.
How did you go about it? How did you do
Man,
that?
a lot of case studies. I've got a lot of partnerships with different brands. For example, we're in Kidzania in Dubai Mall.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon to be in Abu Dhabi. And obviously they have a bunch of kids that are going through. So I would go and do case studies on children with their parents, and would sit them down. They would try different types of snacks, would put 20 in front of them, and would cull it down to the top 3 or the top 2 or the top 1. I test them out on my kids and their friends. They would come over. I think it's really important. Interesting enough, Fade Fit Kids, it's a kid snack targeted product, but 40% of our consumers, our people that eat it, are adults. Yeah. So it's a snack that adults have now adapted to, taking it before the gym, on the way to work, putting it in the handbag. Because it's made out of just dates and no sugar. It's a low calorie intake. I know growing up, my parents were pretty cool. They really did restrict what we consumed, right? And I thank them for it. But going forward, I think it's the parents. I get really frustrated when I see a 5-year-old drinking a soft drink. I get frustrated. My kids personally aren't allowed to touch it. They've touched it, I think, twice in their life.
Wow.
I allowed them to have a sip of a soft drink.
How do you stop it? They've got friends.
They don't know. Well, I educate them. And you know what? Later on in life, if they go behind my back and they do it, they do it. Hey, I drink soft drink and I love it. Okay, I do that, but just for my kids, I want to give them everything that they need, so when they get older, they've got the basis, they can make their own decisions, you know.
Okay.
And I think it's really important. Education is everything. With Fade Fit Kids, I will get some parents that won't go anywhere near my product. They may say it's too expensive, or they may say they don't like the taste.
Yeah.
But I know what they're going to be going for then, and I can't. And I've told myself, I can't compete against that.
What does it take to kind of set up? Do you need investment? Do you need? Is it different from a food company versus a retail?
Okay, with what I've got in the market right now, I mean, obviously my brand being Chris Fade has made things a little easier for me. I have thrown my own investment in there. It's mainly my investment. I've had good collaborations and partnerships with a company called Munchbox, who now manufacture the product. They are solely they are manufacturing 3 flavors for me. I've now had to expand and get a larger distributor over the last 3 months. So we went from having a smaller distributor. Distribution is everything in this game, which I've realized. You've got to make sure that your product is on the shelf at the right time and it's everywhere. So money-wise, there has been a good investment amount from my money. It's solely my investment, a lot of my time, and obviously a lot of my social media, a lot of my appearances to different companies where they've stock in the product. That's where a lot of that money comes from as well. And over it's only in the last month that I've actually had to set up Fade Fit Kids as a company in this country, because I was running it through another company. So it's only been in the last month that I've done that, and thankfully I got the guys from Virtue Zone here, who have done it over 15,000 times, and they've helped me get through that process of setting up a company. My advice to anyone that's looking at setting up a business or doing anything like this, find people that have done it before. You know, you mentioned Mustafa Koita from Koita Milk. The reason why I actually started Fade Fit Kids was for he told me to do it. You know, he was one of the guys that really got behind me and said, yo man, like, you know, what are you going to leave for your kids one day? And that gave me not only goosebumps, which I'm getting right now, it gave me this sense of, yeah, what am I going to leave with my kids? You know, I want to leave them something. And so he had done this before. So just picking his brain, pick people's brain, take what you can from them. I don't want it to ever take over what I do now, because radio is my passion, entertaining is my passion, content creation is my passion. I never want that to take over. I want them to meet though, which they're starting to do. So a lot of the content that I'm creating is for the snack company. When will it ever take over? I don't think it will, but I will love that moment one day where I can do radio out of pure passion only, where I don't need to worry about money or a salary coming in. I'm only doing radio for pure passion.
You know, the question really is about, you know, the challenges that you've had. So people say in entrepreneurship and business that's a mistake. You pivot too much. There is lack of focus and things like that. What have you learned? Also, second thing about entrepreneurship is there are setbacks. Every day there's a different setback, and it's deflating, it's demoralizing. Have you had any? Is it just a pure success rate?
No, every day we're battling, man. We're going, like, sometimes I think to myself, it ain't gonna work, or why am I putting all this effort into it? Why am I spending money into this? I've got my own brand, Chris Fade, doing its own thing. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it. You've got to listen. There are absolutely no rules. Anyone that tells you that you should be doing it this way and that way and this way, like, I don't believe in any of that. Over the last couple of weeks, I had the chance to get one-on-one, and I mean, like, have dinner and really hang out with these people for 3 or 4 days. One of them was Jo Malone. All right, we all know Jo Malone. She created an empire. She sold it to Estee Lauder for $500,000 or £500,000, I think it was, creating fragrances from her kitchen. When you see people like that who have made it, did they have a plan? Sort of, but she was telling me they were just rolling it out. They were just going through the processes. Her and her husband had never done it before. Sat down with Mark Randolph, who created Netflix, and he was saying the same thing. Oh man, we just came up with an idea. We thought we were going to roll it out. I said, did you have a whole business plan, strategy? Did you know? Nah. We just had some ideas that we were rolling with. And I think that's the most important thing. I think as long as you've got the passion and the direction and you have the right people around you, I think that's the best way that you can do this. A year ago, we now have a system in place for it, but we're doing it as we go now. I'm not doing the whole, could we have an email? Could we have a meeting please set for da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Just start. Don't wait for people. Don't have to wait for this person to come up with a SWOT analysis. What are our strengths, weaknesses, and threats? Ask me if I'm making money on it.
Are you making money
Absolutely
on it?
not. Is it costing me money? Absolutely yes. And people think Fade Fit Kids is an empire. It's really not. 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
That's all it is. you can tell that I'm very like, go, go, go.
Yeah.
If I say, have we got an email out? If that email's not sent out within like 60 minutes, I'm like, why haven't we sent the email out?
Yeah.
If it takes you less than 60 seconds to do it right now. That's my deal. Like, if it takes less than 60 seconds or 2 minutes, usually, do it right now.
Yeah.
You know, it frustrates me when people sit on things that you can just send an email, takes you 2 minutes, it's gone. Get it out of your to-do list.
It's great to hear about how Fade Fit Kids has started, and forgive the pun, but it's got all the ingredients of a successful business.
Hopefully.
Family, passion, energy, and things like that. So best of luck with it, and we look forward to hearing more about it in the future.
I hope so, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm taking it day by day, though, man. Like, every day. I'm not a professional. This word entrepreneur gets to me sometimes because everyone's an entrepreneur right now. Everyone's got it on the Instagram or whatever. I don't even know if I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just doing what I want to do, and hopefully I'm doing it the right way, and time will tell with Fade Fit Kids. But I don't have a huge marketing budget, so if anyone's listening to this, promote it for me. That's all I ask you. Try it. If you like it, tell a friend. That's all I care.
Amazing. Well done, Chris, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys.